That's always funny to me. Man, bless you.
Thank you.
Um,
Man.
hey, good morning.
Good morning.
You got a little late start this morning.
I
Anyway,
did.
welcome to another episode of the Love Brew podcast. I'm Tommy T. This is Artika T or Artika,
Yep. That's me.
um, formerly known as Smith.
Let me put my business out there.
uh, and today is January 4th,
Mm-hmm.
2025. Happy New Year to everybody.
Yep, yep.
Hope you brought in the new year. Uh,
We brought it in much better than we did last year.
what I don't, yeah, we did. We definitely did. That's a man. That's an understatement.
It
I don't know. It was we was cutting it close because the day after New Year's, man, I thought I was dying.
wasn't no dying.
I mean, like I saw my life flash.
No, that's the problem. You couldn't see.
I was like, dang, man. Lord.
So Tommy got up the morning of January 2nd and said the vision was blurry in one of his eyes and it never cleared up throughout the day. About 2 o'clock in the morning, he we probably should have saved this a little bit. But about 2 o'clock in the morning, I mean not 2 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, he was like, hey, you need to find me a doctor.
Yeah.
I'm like, you would say that at 2 after everybody is
Yeah.
got their patient load in.
And then on top of everything else, the internet was out.
Oh yeah, we didn't have internet in our house the first 2 days of the year.
So I guess it was
Or I guess not the first 2 days of the year. Because
uh
January 1st we had internet.
yeah,
It was the second and the third we
yeah.
didn't have internet.
And good morning, Sharon, and happy new year. Um, good game to your Ohio State Buckeyes.
I didn't know you was gonna say anything.
Yeah, I was gonna say something. Yeah, I'm gonna say something
Mm,
because I ain't rooting for them, but I'm gonna say something.
okay.
But yeah, so the internet went out on Thursday, and it was out Thursday and Friday, and I stayed on the phone.
Hmm.
I stayed on the phone with AT&T for like
Blind in one eye,
right, trying to work
fussing.
blind in one eye, and they up here telling me some man. I hate it when I talk to the little tech people. Good
Good
morning,
morning,
how
hot
about
rod.
Happy New Year. Talk to the tech people, and they be telling me stupid stuff.
Hmm.
Like they was like, uh, so the thing is, our internet went out. Um, I thought that was Lily, but no. It's the boy. No, like they was telling us a few weeks ago, the internet went out because of something happening in the neighborhood. So they told us if we get this new router, they'll send it to us for free, and I can install it and all that stuff. We get this new router next time an outage happens. We'll be able to still use the hotspot around the house. All right, cool, bet you made my day. So rolls around, another outage came.
Which I was very skeptical in that because
I
that just didn't sound right.
no, it sounded right to me because you should be able to uh beam your hotspot to a modem if you wanted to and be able to run it just like regular internet.
Good morning.
Now it's gonna be slow, but you know. So she told me that it was like, all right, cool. Outage comes, then all of a sudden, now you're not able to do that. And the issue is we're not able to do it because it's not in the area. It's not even in the state. It's in two
Hmm.
states. I was like, why did
What two
y'all?
states was it in?
I think it was they said Texas or either two states or two places. Where's Richmond?
Virginia.
Yeah, so they in Virginia and Texas
Okay.
testing it out. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Good morning, cousin.
What's up, cousin? I'm just sitting up here like, what are you talking about? And before I could get mad at anything, I was just like, man, give me a credit on here. They boosted the hotspot that I was using. I was like, man, Why did y'all tell me about this, man?
Yeah, and all of this, me and Tommy still both had to work,
Yeah,
and I didn't get to go to work
and I was,
because I have to be hardwired. So a hotspot wasn't going to help me
yeah,
regardless.
and then it happened all over again the next day. But this time I could see out of one eye or out of both of my eyes. Man, that was I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Like waking up and like you like put your glasses on and you're like,
Mhm.
man, I still can't see out of this eye. You close your eyes and
Mhm.
you wake up and you still can't see out of that eye.
You want that?
Man, that joint, I started thinking about the Ray Charles movie when he because you know Ray Charles wasn't born blind.
Mhm.
He like
Go
lost his
ahead.
sight.
I'm coming.
Um, man, that's what I started thinking about that. I was like, man, if I'm going, I was like, man, I'm gonna have to buy a patch because I can't keep my eye closed all this time. But I started thinking about all type of stuff, man. That's why by the time I talked to you, I had went through every scenario I could think of in my head about what's going on with my eye. Yeah, and then I had text you. I had text you before. I went down there and said something. I was like, "Oh, you not looking at your phone?" I obviously figured that out, and then what? Uh, and then once I figured that out, I was like, "Man, let me go down here and see what's going on with her, man, because I need to go somewhere and get my eye fixed." Luckily, guys, my eye is okay. It just had dried out, which I had never heard of that. Like you got three parts to your eye: the retina, the lens, and the cornea. I think is what it's called. And my cornea started to dry out, and so I couldn't see out of it because of that. So I do the little eye drops, and it's lubricating. And I'm fine now, but it was a little shaky. Um, Another thing that happened this week, we figured out Quad knows how to open doors now. That's the scary thing. Now we gotta make sure he's not opening the door during his nap time. And it's funny too because he'll open the door and just stand at the steps and look at you like, "What's up? What you doing?" So,
It's the
um,
makeup in this chair.
what? I don't know.
Lily's face is coming off
Oh,
all my
oh
stuff.
man, it scared the mess out of me because like it didn't clear up. That was the scary part. It's like, all right, I'm tired or something, and then
I didn't
8 hours
understand the
later,
severity of it when he first said it because he texted me about it, but he was still on the phone arguing with AT&T. And I was like, if I can't see, I'm hanging up in these people's face once they tell me they can't help me. I'll
yeah.
worry about this when I can see. But he was still arguing. And
Nah, just the inside doors.
he hasn't figured out how to unlock doors yet.
Yeah,
So he
he.
can't get outside. And then um our doors to outside would alert us
Yeah,
that they're open. So, and one of them which is the one he would probably try to go out of,
man. If he opened that door,
is
have
the
you?
hardest to open.
Yeah. I'd be like, we finna put every lock we got on the door. Like you get one of them joints that
Slide across.
yeah.
Yeah, our front door is really excuse me. It's difficult to open. So, um, I think it'll be a while before they have the strength to open it.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, man. What else happened? New Year's. What happened on New Year's? Nothing major. We chilled out.
Um, Disappointed Lily's life because I
Like,
had told her we were going to swim, but I didn't know that they were closed
yeah.
because they take a long time to cancel out the date.
Yeah.
So I was just looking through to see when I could take them.
Nah.
And I saw Wednesday was open. I was like, oh, I'm off work Wednesday. We'll go Wednesday. And I was like, Lily, we'll go do some makeup lessons at Swim on Wednesday. And when she found out we weren't going, she was heated.
Like, man, you said.
She act like I purposely like was just up here trying to disappoint her and ruin her fun, but not the case. But yeah. Oh, funniest thing when the internet finally came back on yesterday, Lily and I were on our way back to the house. We went to pick up some medicine for Tommy,
Yeah.
and I saw that the app no longer said outage, so I text Tommy and said, "Is the internet back up?" He took too long to text me back, so then I tested by trying to check a camera. Camera pulled right up. And I was like, oh, the internet's back working. Lily doesn't understand that it's the internet at home, not the internet out in the world.
Yeah.
So she was like, let me see if Disney's working on my tablet now. I was like, oh, that's the cutest. It's not going to work, baby.
That is the cutest, man.
But yeah, she went to Kohl's for the first time yesterday and had the time of her life.
Yeah.
Because they had everything that she, like they had clothes for her. They had toys. Of course, they have a Sephora, and she's hardcore into makeup now.
Mm-hmm.
So she had a blast. We was in there spraying perfume.
Yeah.
She wanted to try on lipstick and blush, and I was like, no, we don't know what these people have done with these. So let's just look at the perfumes.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did let her put like a serum on her hand.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Ugh, my hand it's so moisturized."
I wonder what that sounded like.
What?
Moisturized.
It was moisturized, but
But
it was broken down into a lot of syllables.
speaking of the new year, I just want to alert everybody: Quitters Day is January 19th.
I don't
This
know
this
what
is
Quitters
something
Day
I
is.
just figured out. What Quitters Day? I think it's the second Friday of the year.
She is definitely a girly girl.
Yeah, second Friday of the year, and that's when most people quit their New Year's resolution.
Okay.
So be aware of Quitters Day and make it past it. You know,
Okay.
quit on the 20th.
Well, 21 days makes a habit.
Or it's not January 19th. When is Quitters Day?
How
Why
you
does
gonna how you gonna give us a
why
date?
does Martin Luther King Day change every year?
Because it's a Monday.
I thought it was his birthday growing up, but it's just the day.
Yes, just the day.
I didn't know that. That's why I was like, no, they ain't that day. But according to my AI, if I
It's the
asked it,
third Monday in
that's
January.
MLK Day.
Mm-hmm. It's like Labor Day and Memorial Day.
Oh, okay,
They're the
yeah.
first Monday.
When is his
I
birthday?
mean, well, Labor Day is the first Monday in September. Memorial Day is the last Monday in May. MLK Day is just always the third
So
Monday.
Quitters Day is observed on the second Friday of January, which is January 10th. I'm sorry, it's January 10th, not 19th.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. That's when a lot of people abandon their New Year's resolution.
And Martin Luther King's birthday is January 15th.
Yeah,
Oh, Inauguration Day is combined with MLK Day this year. I hope there's not a lot of performative madness,
they
though
said
I probably won't see it.
it's a HBCU band that was invited to play, and I feel
Was it
bad.
Morgan?
I don't remember what band it was, but I feel bad for all those bands because I mean, like let's be real, man. The inauguration, that is a big thing, and
Oh,
to
it's Mississippi Valley.
Mississippi Valley, it's a big thing to be able to go, but it's even bigger to say, hey, I played in the parade,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
But then we look at Look at the last time Trump was the president and Chrisette Michele
Mm-hmm.
sung at the thing. Like that is an amazing feat, but it's like it's tainted because of who the president is,
Yeah.
which is terrible. And I hate it. You can't celebrate these big feats for these folks because like the president,
Mm-hmm.
because of who they're like. It's almost like you can't celebrate somebody doing something great because there's a racist
Mm-hmm.
or there's a what's a PDF.
Well, Chrisette hasn't recovered because of herself. I don't
I
think
don't
that.
I don't remember the
Like, I
whole.
know that there was backlash surrounding it, but I also think that Chrisette's self helped that continue going.
What did she do? She
Just
was like double down in it or something like that.
her attitude about
Oh,
everything.
okay.
Because remember, she went on the Breakfast Club and she kept yelling about, I was wearing Basquiat. And everybody was like, nobody cares.
Yeah.
You still perform. Because
Right. And that's the thing. It's like, man,
there was a gospel artist. Didn't Travis
I have no
Green perform at the
I have no
inauguration?
clue. Yeah, and it's crazy because I like Chrisette Michelle's music.
Yeah. I walked down the aisle to a
Yeah,
Chrisette Michele song.
man, but it's like, man, it's you look at that and you're like, oh,
I'm trying to look up the first inauguration. And I done spelled so many words wrong.
yeah. It's just like just the you can't celebrate that artist in their in all their glory for certain things. And it's like, is that fair? Is that a fair thing or is it an unfair thing? Because she probably did her part in voting, but she
Mm-hmm.
just a small part of it.
Mm-hmm.
But to say that you sung at the inauguration, I mean, that's a what if that was a life goal of hers?
Yeah.
You know,
I don't know. I
she saw
think some of the
Obama and
worst things to have happened to our music artists is reality TV because it removes the doubt about who they are.
mm,
Like, for example, I have to use the extreme case of like Beyonce.
yeah,
Beyonce don't really do a lot of interviews. We don't really get to see inside of her world like that.
yeah,
Her social media page is her giving stuff to somebody else and saying, "Hey, here, post these pictures."
mm-hmm,
She don't be knowing what's going on. And then you have the other side of it, which I'll use as an extreme. It's like Cardi B.
mm-hmm.
Cardi knows too much of what's going on the internet. She's watching everything and she's reacting to it in real time.
Man, something
And you just need somebody to take her phone
the
sometimes.
the dumbest thing I saw this week about Cardi B is Offset said she sent him a picture or a video or something of her having sex with some or being with somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
And the next thing was um not Offset but Quavo and Cardi B was cheering each other, taking a shot at a New Year's Eve party. So I'm like, I was like, leave these folks alone. They are publicly breaking up and are spiraling. Leave these folks alone.
Mm-mm.
I'm like, you know how you act when you break up with somebody. You know that you're sad. Like they were
It's not
married,
even just the breaking up with somebody. It's like people don't divorce family.
right,
And that's your cousin.
man? But the thing about it is now, like the way that the art, I ain't gonna say the article, the post was, it was made to seem like Quavo and Offset like are feuding with each other still,
They
and
probably are.
it doesn't matter.
No, no. What I'm saying, they probably are.
Like the best Migo was killed
Mm-hmm.
for senseless act of violence.
Mm-hmm.
To me, right? In my opinion, Takeoff was the most talented Migo. Now, Offset and Quavo were more popular because they did more features.
Mm-hmm.
they were asked to be on more songs than Takeoff was, but Takeoff was the better rapper,
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion.
Okay.
So essentially, their glue is gone.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever took them, kept them together, it is what it is on that. There's the big one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't remember Whitney's show that much, but I definitely know that Whitney's show told us that we need to stay out of people's business.
It's the truth, though.
But the problem is that they do it and we gonna watch it.
Man,
So
talk about being in somebody's business. Last night, watching that Luther Vandross,
yes,
you see that transition.
you don't have to point it out every time
Ooh,
because that
wait.
makes it not
Your boy
that
is getting
that
good.
makes it not good
that
when
was
you
that was
have to
solid
point it
though.
out.
That was solid though.
Like it doesn't make sense how you have to point it out.
Yeah,
When you point it out, it makes it so that it's like a thing.
yeah.
Just keep going. I used to love Mary before their show. Tina made us feel
Which
like,
one is
oh my
Tina?
God. Tina is
That's the one that quit.
yeah.
Yeah.
We found out Whitney was ghetto and a fiend. I was traumatized.
No, but that Luther Vandross documentary was really good.
Mm-hmm.
It made me appreciate the music that I heard from him,
Mm-hmm.
as well as some of the music that I didn't realize he sung or was behind.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's interesting that Jamie Foxx was the producer of it.
Mm-hmm.
And again, goes into the talent of Jamie Foxx.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, this dude is truly talented. Um, because that was well put together, man.
Yeah.
What's up?
Um yeah, I'm not Jamie Foxx, Jesus. The Luther Vandross documentary on CNN was really good. We watched it last night. It was like 2 hours. Unfortunately, no way to watch without commercials because it's a CNN situation. It's
Yeah,
on CNN, I'm sorry. Um, but it was really good. I do think that there were some missing pieces. Like we needed people name and title listed below
yeah,
them when they came on the screen. Because we spent a lot of time, or at least I spent a lot of time saying, who is that?
right.
Um,
Yeah, and I was like, man, I don't know who that
yeah.
is.
We spent a lot of time with the who is that, and then you would find out like 10 or 15 minutes later who it was,
Yeah.
because then they would weave that person into the story and show like pictures or video footage of them with Luther back in the day.
Hmm.
But I know whoever was making Luther and his team's costumes,
Oh, they was getting paid.
they had to have been getting paid. It was one of those things where just stop.
Oh, okay.
It was one of those things where you could see how intricate and how well the people were like stitching things. Like they looked like them costumes was heavy, especially the big green
Yeah.
dresses.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, man, that person has to be making some good money back then.
Oh, they was doing.
But learning his origin story was
Yeah.
very interesting because I didn't know that there was like that group that came out of the Apollo that went on to sing on Sesame Street.
Hmm.
It was just like
I
I just
didn't.
didn't know that.
I didn't know he did jingles.
I didn't
Like the
either.
jingles was like songs, like R&B songs. It's
Yeah,
like, man, you can kind of rock out to that.
yeah.
But no, man, it was a really good, really put together
I'm jealous,
documentary.
high vibe.
What
I never
happened?
got to see Luther perform.
Oh, me neither. But we're gonna listen to him today though.
You already have
For
had him
sure, for
on
sure.
today.
No, I didn't realize like how talented he was and how many folks he wrote for,
Mm-hmm.
and like how determined he was to be such a huge star,
Mm-hmm.
because he does have a distinct sound.
Mm-hmm.
When you hear a song, you know it's, oh, this is Luther,
Yeah.
you know. Um But yeah, nah, it was that was pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm wait I'm waiting on the Kobe one just to see.
Yeah, that comes out later on this month.
Yeah, it's like on the 23rd.
Mm-hmm.
I like a good documentary, man.
Yeah.
They be treating me right. But nah, that was a solid one, man. Um, also this week, man, R.I.P. to Jimmy Carter.
Yeah.
He died. He was 100
A
years
hundred
old.
years old.
That was oh yeah, the body shaming and stuff. Oh, that was crazy. I never paid attention to the fact that the like having a food obsession
Mm-hmm.
was a real thing.
Yeah.
I was like, am I obsessed with food? Because I think about food a lot too.
Mhm. Um, I when they pointed out that his entire promo tour for one of his albums was about his weight loss. It's in Quad's room already on. Um, when you look at the fact that the entire promo tour for that particular album
Mhm.
was like, let's talk about Luther's weight.
Yeah.
It's like that's not cool. Like he put out an album.
Right.
I don't want to talk about my weight.
All right, and that's something he mentioned too.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's why I'm pointing it out
That
because he
is
said
that
it
is tough
specifically.
though.
Yeah.
That is tough. You can't just be sitting up here talking about a person's weight
Mm-hmm.
and they gonna put out a whole album body of work and the only thing you want to focus on is, oh, you gained some weight.
Mm-hmm.
That's hard to even, like, it's already hard for a person to go through it, right? To be a big person and they're having issues with their health and stuff like that. But then for them to lose it, they feel good. Something happened because I think he was in a car wreck,
Mm-hmm.
and for him it was uh basically taking his mind off of it, like he was stress eating.
Mm-hmm. But they said he always had a relationship with food because, like, honestly and truly, um, Luther was never like in the beginning of his career, he was not a small guy at
Yeah,
all, right? And then he went through a drastic weight loss where he said he wouldn't, he said he lost over 100 pounds, but then he was like, I won't talk about how much I put back on.
yeah.
But he lost a lot of weight through whatever means, but then he gained it back. And I'm sure it was a surgery. I don't remember if they
With
mentioned,
his weight loss?
yeah.
Oh, I don't
I'm
know.
not sure if they
They was doing that
mentioned,
back then?
yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I'm not sure if they mentioned exactly what surgery he had. Obviously they didn't because you didn't know that it was a
Yeah.
surgery. But it's one of those things where you just, it's like I'm putting out an album. Why we gotta talk about my
Yeah.
weight? It's like coming to black people
That's
Christmas
that
or
thing.
Thanksgiving.
That's that thing. Like, people just trying to find things to, like, honestly talk about,
Yeah.
you know, and to spark a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't work,
Yeah.
you know.
He was missing having love in his life. He was. And a lot of that apparently was to the point of not wanting to disappoint his mother.
Hmm.
And I don't know. It was just, yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
it was tough, man. But he had a great career.
He did.
He was an awesome artist.
He did have a great career.
Um, what you want to go to next?
It don't matter.
I ain't have any special loop to loop to get there.
Okay.
So I guess we talk about the bad stuff that happened at the beginning of the year.
Well, you already touched on one.
What was that?
Jimmy Carter.
Jimmy Carter died at 100.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing,
Mm-hmm.
in itself, because presidents usually don't live that long.
I mean, people.
I know.
Ain't had nothing to do with being a president.
I know.
People.
That's cool though.
Yeah.
What else
I
happened?
think that a lot of people thought that he was already gone because him and his wife had both been on hospice like the last 2-3 years of their lives.
Yeah,
But his wife actually did pass away,
yeah.
like before him.
Um, the craziest story I've heard, and it happened like on last Sunday or Saturday or something like that. But a family was it's happened in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
A family basically was at a hotel, ordered a pizza, and the pizza delivery girl delivered the pizza. The mom gave a $50. The pizza was like 30,
Mm-hmm.
and she was trying to get her tip or her yeah, she was trying to take the rest. Like she was trying to get change to tip her,
Mm-hmm.
and the girl was like, "We don't have change." So the mom was like looking for her. Ended up giving her a $2 tip. So I guess about an hour, 30 minutes to an hour, came back and stabbed this lady 14 times. And like I guess they were trying to rob him and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Come to find out, the girl worked at Marco's Pizza. Used the same. They haven't found the guy that was with her.
Mm-hmm.
Used the same car that she delivered the pizza in.
Cause she ain't got no other car. If she fighting over a tip.
Man, $2. And so they were like, "This is a life offensive or like she could get life
Mm-hmm.
for doing this." And the girl is 22 years old, and I was like, "Dang."
I hate tip culture because it allows for restaurants to pay you a lesser wage in hoping that somebody is going to offset it by you doing
Hmm.
a great job. When it should just be you do a great job and you get paid.
But like
Or you do a job and
man,
get paid.
but you think about like all the times we have people deliver stuff to our house,
Mm-hmm.
and for somebody to feel like, "Oh, I didn't get what I deserved," or I'm finna come back and get them and stuff like that. Like, I'm like, dog, you just didn't think about this. Block this dude. Because there's only so many times you can say something about me before I have to address it. Because I'm
Okay.
pretty sure if we was face to face, he would say 2 words to me.
Okay. Moving on.
So, uh,
Mm-hmm.
but like it's just it just amazes me. Like, what was the outcome that you were really trying to get?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, man, that's tough.
Yeah.
That's hard. And then come to find out, the lady was pregnant. Like
So
she
now that's
didn't.
two.
So the lady, like it's attempted murder or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So the lady didn't know that she was pregnant. Come to find out, she was pregnant. Then there was they had their whole family was there, like
Mm-hmm.
her 5-year-old daughter
Mm-hmm.
and her boyfriend were like they got basically
Did anything happen to either one of them?
no, the only one, she was the only one that got stabbed. They didn't say anything else, um, and stuff like that. But she was the only one that got stabbed, and like 14 times.
Mm-hmm.
Like, golly, man, like you just came back on like a whim that they had money or something,
Mm-hmm.
or you was just mad. Like that's why I'm trying to figure out what was her motive in doing it, and they haven't found the other guy.
Yeah.
So it's like it's weird. You know what I'm saying? So but that was a crazy story, and then the thing that happened in New Orleans
Yeah.
was wild too.
Can you no, it wasn't Florida,
Yeah,
Crystal.
this was in Florida.
Not sure what city in
I
Florida.
can't pronounce it.
These
I ain't.
corporations have enough money to pay these people. She should be mad at the company for not paying a livable wage. Absolutely. Um, I was telling Tommy about this when I worked at a nightclub. It was a restaurant to a certain time, and then it turned into a lounge.
So
Morning, J
good.
Dub. It turned into a lounge at a certain time, and during the restaurant hours, the girls would make a server's wage
Mm-hmm.
in hopes of tips. and then it would continue on throughout the night. But at night they would become bottle girls,
Yeah.
and the bottle girls were, I think, automatically making like a 18% gratuity on any bottle that they sold. And of course, bottles are up
Yeah.
price when you're in the nightlife scene in general. But
Oh.
when you have people not making a livable wage,
Hmm.
they do crazy things. And they blame it on the customer who, we don't know if there was some people last $50. We don't know what they was
Yeah.
doing.
I showed on like going out to restaurants. Like I again, I'd rather just pick up the food and not tip.
Yeah.
Because that's just added, pressure.
Hmm. No,
You
I
know.
get it. It's just, it's one of those things. But to go back and be like, I am going to kill you. I shouldn't have said
No.
that. Unalive this person
Yeah.
because
I'm gonna
they
get
only
you.
could give
I'm
me,
gonna get you a list of words that you
oh
can't
hush.
say.
Um, I can only, like, because they could only give me $2. It's just insane.
Yeah,
It is completely insane.
man. Tips are optional. It's to the discretion of the
the,
patron.
the tipper
Yeah.
or non-tipper for that matter.
It's crazy, Dub, because I heard about that too. The shooting in New York, but the big thing, waking up and hearing about the thing that happened. I don't even know what you call it in New Orleans.
They call it a terrorist
The terrorist because
attack.
the dude, can we say the I word? Where they calling it a terrorist attack, or it was a terrorist attack in New Orleans
Hmm.
in front of on Bourbon and Canal. Like I was just taken aback because it's like, man, people are out partying on
Hmm.
on New Year's, like having a good time, and then you have to deal with this.
Yeah.
Same thing with the shooting at the lounge. It was something else. It was another one too. Uh, Somebody blew up like a Trump
Hmm.
hotel in Las Vegas.
Was it a
It
Tesla?
was a Cybertruck.
Yeah.
Blew it up. And I'm like, what is going on?
I was like, that one was the attempt to send a message
Yeah, it was. It
because
was. He
Tesla in front of Trump
yeah,
Towers. It be
I
like,
was
y'all see what they was putting down? Because I see it.
yeah. I'm just like, man, what is going on within the first 4 days of first 4 days of the new year? And it's like, man, all this stuff happened.
That happened like both of those happened like the first day.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like it's the weirdest thing, and I agree with
Like, give us Cat Williams
I
back.
agree with High Vibe. It's gonna be a while. It's gonna be a good year.
But I'm just saying, give us Cat Williams back because Cat Williams knew how to start again.
Yeah. Man, it's just like just to hear about those things is saddening, but it's also it's like, dang man, what is going on in the world that's the way we gotta start off.
Yeah, Miss Tillman, I think about that like bourbon is the equivalent to Bill in Memphis. And it's like, I think about how many people could be outside on any given night, not just New Year's, right?
Hmm.
Because that's how that street goes.
Yeah.
And people are just outside living life because this is a safe space to live life in. And then somebody comes through and barrels through a crowd. Like, why?
That's the thing that we was talking about with the kids. Like I remember going trick or treating, like just with the neighborhood kids,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But then thinking about it, that's something I wouldn't do.
Cat Williams was beginning of 2024. Just so you know.
Oh, he was.
Yes.
He
Like
wasn't.
that.
That's when he started. He
That
wasn't
happened in
racing. He
January. No,
wasn't racing people.
no, the interview
Oh, the interview
was,
happened.
I mean, he did race people within like a week or two. So I think that was still January, no more than February.
She said, "I missed 2024 already." That Cybertruck was rented, so Somebody would have came back for that Cybertruck.
The problem with that is you just gonna tear up my investment.
Dog, it's like I'm just like,
Because if
bro.
I was renting this Cybertruck, it's still an investment.
And they said he shot himself. I mean,
Unalive.
I don't know how to say that because he
Unalive
unalived himself
himself.
as the car was being blown up.
Mm.
And then he was like, he was talking to his ex girlfriend. This dude with the Cybertruck was talking to his ex girlfriend, and she said she was like, I thought he was happily married. I was like, where is his wife?
That's a lot going on there.
Right? Can you imagine? Like,
I'm gonna tell you now. Okay, none of my ex-boyfriends, happily married or not, like I'm not answering the phone
yeah,
on New
you'd be
Year's
like,
Day.
oh, okay,
Go
all right,
away from me with this.
all right,
I take that back. He wasn't an ex-boyfriend, but there was one guy that I dated in the past that ended well enough
yeah,
that if he called me, I would be like, something's wrong. Hello?
yeah.
But everybody else, I would be like, thought he died. Leave me
That's
alone.
crazy. That is wild. Um,
I shouldn't say well enough. I'm not gonna get
like
into all
all my
that.
stuff was like, I think we ended well.
No, I'm not saying well enough as in like I'm saying well enough as in I don't have a reason to ever talk to you again, and I'm okay with it.
Yeah,
Like I don't hate you or anything, and you shouldn't hate me. But there was one guy that literally it just ended. Like
yeah,
there was no like grand breakup.
yeah,
We hate each other. It was literally a long distance relationship, and both of us was like, "This is getting to be too expensive."
yeah.
Yeah, go away from me with this Apollo. That's I feel
What,
like
man?
Phaedra. I can throw in a few with it.
Oh, okay.
I
What
don't know
is this
what he
thing that
talking about.
happened with the TikTok star?
Um, guy on TikTok, all my exes of Black History.
Oh my
That is a
goodness,
good
man.
one. That is a good one.
I'm terrible because I'm cool with my exes. I think I'm cool with all of them. So the important ones, at least.
There was a TikTok star. Um, his name was Charles Smith, and apparently he goes by Wolfie Coletti. When they be saying TikTok star, I be like, really?
Winter is coming. Oh, people are TikTok stars, man.
Nah, I mean, but some people I be like, real yes. Okay, we go get my
Yeah, come
applesauce.
on, man.
I don't know if it's any in there still.
It's like one or two.
This person was arrested for going into Walmart, taking a bunch of produce and like rotisserie chickens and things like that, and spraying them with hot shot ultra bed bug and flea killer. It was like over $1,000 worth of food that he sprayed this on top of, and he recorded it, and it was supposed to be for TikTok.
Yeah.
And he got arrested. And it was like, why would you do that?
As a prank.
But it's not a prank because he literally did it.
Mm-hmm.
He sprayed it with this bug spray.
I hope they took the food down.
Well, he had taken it down and put it in a cart.
Oh, he did it.
Yeah.
And what was he gonna do with the food?
Spray it with the hot shot. You see how this is stupid? You see how this is stupid?
That's all he was gonna do.
That's how recording it for TikTok.
Yeah.
And he got arrested.
He should have.
But remember, at the beginning of COVID, those people that would like go in stores and cough on top of food.
Licking food.
Yeah, they was doing dumb stuff to food. Then you had those people that was going and licking ice cream that didn't have the film on top of it.
I'm so glad I can make my own ice cream now.
Yeah. It was just
called me Mayfield.
It was just a lot going on. And it's like for this guy, it's like, what was your end goal? And it ended up being like over $1,000 worth of food, which I'm sure they're going to give him a felony charge.
I'm pretty
of some
sure
sort.
he paid for it too.
I know he Then
Like,
he was
why
just
would
gonna dispose of it.
I feel like that's just so wasteful.
If you had purchased this food and then did it, it wouldn't be a
It
story.
wouldn't. It wouldn't.
But the fact that you did it in this store makes it the story.
Yeah. Untrained children growing up. Nah, it's just the access of we was actually talking about that the other day.
I'm gonna
Like,
make me a T-shirt that says "All my exes are Black History."
oh,
That
that's
just
funny.
really
That's funny.
set in my spirit.
That's hilarious, man. You gotta give you gotta sell it and give half of
I, I didn't say
it.
I was making them to sell. I said I was making me a shirt.
Now, it's
And put a
like
name at the end, like I did that Portia shirt that said
yeah,
"Who
high
said that?"
vibe.
And I said, "Who said that?" Portia Williams. Make one that says "All my exes are Black History." How about?
Now, we talked about like how today's society, like content creation and doing stupid stuff, is um like a viable living.
Mm-hmm.
Because Casanat always comes up. Like nobody knows what he does. um, but just like TikTok stars and the pranks, it all came from Jackass.
Mm-hmm. It
They
did.
just Jackass was a focus on the people that they had, but now it's become a prank thing for
It's like we are the production team,
yeah,
and it focuses on the people that we have,
yeah,
will have the access to.
yeah,
So it could be that it's the people in Walmart watching us record it,
yeah.
and then we put it on the internet to try to make a buck off of it.
Like it's one guy that I think his name is Larry King or something like that. But
I
I've
say no
been
clue.
like for like the last week or two, I've been like watching his content just because he works at a gas station. I think it's in Kansas. Works at a gas station, and it was a girl that came in. I've sent you every video.
Oh, I
Yeah.
only watched the first one.
so so check this. I sent it to you, sent it to all my people and stuff like that. And I was like, man, I'm watching this like I'm his wingman.
Mm-hmm.
You know, rooting for him to like, let's get it, man.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like I was telling a friend yesterday, Steve, I was like, man, to see younger people like try to talk to a girl or talk to a girl, it's interesting to me now just because that was a skill that like I had to learn. Like I was very uncomfortable talking to girls
I
growing
remember
up.
talking to TJ when he was still in high school about talking to girls. He was like, "I mean, you don't get that number, you get that IG."
Yeah.
I was like, "What?"
Right, right. It made me feel so old because I'm like, why not just get their number? Like that's the easiest. Like it ain't the easiest thing,
Then
but
he
it's like,
made me mad when I was trying to get in touch with him when me and the kids were at the playground
yeah,
and I needed him to come back and get
you
me.
had to call him on this on this
I
on this
was like,
IG.
"Why does your phone keep going straight to voicemail?" He was like, "I got it on do not disturb." I was like, "Well, you need to put me on the list of people that can disturb you."
Right, right. Because if I call you, I need you.
Right. I don't
Like,
call you.
right.
If I just want to make sure you get some information, I text it. I
Yeah.
don't call you.
Right.
You need to put me on the get through list.
Right. Man, but it's
Then me and B was like, he was like, "I bet that girl on the list."
yeah, right. She sure is.
I know she is. I want to be like, "Give me your number so I can get in touch with
Yeah,
him."
yeah. No, but it's just one of the most interesting things to see uh how like when I used to go to parties and stuff, be like, man, getting numbers, bringing girls back to the dorm was the thing to do. It's
Mm-hmm.
like curious to see what it is now.
Mm-hmm.
Just because it's like with the guy that I was talking about, he was like it just happened like naturally. Like she came up, he was like, "Oh hey," and he talks to everybody,
Mm-hmm. I
you know,
mean, he's working.
right? But I mean, like he told her, "Have a nice day," and she turned around like, "What do you mean?"
I don't
Or
understand.
no, he said, "You have a nice one." After she
Mm-hmm.
had turned around, and she does have a nice one.
And I didn't take it that way
Nobody did, but
because
her.
I'd be like, "You have a good one, okay?" Day is implied.
Right, right, right. She was the
Day,
only. She was.
night.
She was the only one that was like, "What do you mean?" You know, like obviously he looked. You turn around, I'm obviously gonna look at it. And
I
she
don't think
knows what's
that's
back there. She knows
appropriate.
she got a caboose back there.
She said, I don't think that's
We
appropriate.
learned the whole I I've grown with my older woman. I got older before she got older.
I would say, you calling me old?
Nah,
I'm just trying to
you
understand.
you my young giant,
Okay.
because I'm older than you. And
Mm-hmm.
according to Miss church member, I'm way older than you.
Oh. Mother Peterson.
Yeah.
She
Um.
when she found out that we were the same age, she was like,
Yeah. It's
he not older than you. I
mm,
said, I mean, a couple of months.
right. We the same age.
There's a gray area
Yeah. Yeah.
in
On my
March.
on my face.
Look, in March, there's a gray area where we're different ages,
Right.
but
Right.
it picked right back up in April.
Pick right on back up, man. Now, and I just think it's fun and it's funny to see it happen,
Mhm.
especially in real time.
Yeah.
And it's like certain situations it just falls in your lap.
Mhm.
And with that one, there was just one that just fell in his lap.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, man, that's funny. I don't really have anything else to talk about.
And there's other stuff in this thing, is
Is
it
it?
not?
I mean, we talked about everything. Winter storm.
We didn't.
Oh, it's a winter storm coming. The winter is coming.
Then that thing I put in about the woman doing dental work. I don't know if y'all heard about this. There's a woman in Milwaukee. Name is Jessica Stewart. She owns a dental spa called Dr. J Dental Spa. And she says she is denying posing as a dentist because she was performing dental procedures without proper licensing.
Yeah.
And there's been a ton of complaints about her work. She's been doing braces and veneers. And it says that the state law restricts that to licensed dentists. And she's like, I never said that I was a dentist.
What?
Exactly.
Well, people have come to her.
To get dental work.
What's her?
She owns a business called Dr. J Dental Spa. And she said, I'm not a dentist. I've never said that I was a
Is
dentist.
that somewhere that says that she's not a actual dentist?
Her mouth.
Oh my goodness!
And so,
So how do you check that? How did because now we have to check credentials?
I don't know how you do that because I think about our eye doctor, for example, right?
Yeah.
Our eye doctor, he got certificate, he got his degrees on the wall, yes,
Yeah.
right? But it's his practice.
Yeah.
So there's nobody that I can like be like, y'all should have did a better job verifying because this is his practice.
Yeah.
But like my medical doctor and your medical doctor, they don't own the practice.
Mm-hmm.
They are employed by the practice, right?
She flunked out of dental school.
I don't know. Like I can't figure out her angle with dental school.
First off, with the whole thing with dental work,
Mm-hmm.
the fact that she's like, I put on braces, I do for this, those are like skillful things.
Those
like,
are, and she's getting a lot of complaints. So she's obviously not doing them
doing
well.
it right. Like, God, leave.
I mean, like going to the dentist, the hygienist does a lot of things, right? I've never had braces. So is that the hygienist that helps with those, or is it the dentist that actually did it? Because you had braces.
It's
That's
an
why I asked.
orthodontist.
Okay.
That does it.
Okay, but that's still a
That's like a
doctor.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
it's a doctor.
I was making sure it wasn't like, you know how
But
like
they specialize in
like you never.
orthodontics.
I don't think you've been to the dentist with the kids, have you?
I don't know.
Either way, when we
I went once.
when we go and take the kids into the dentist, the person that does the bulk of the work is the hygienist. And then the dentist comes in, is like, let me count the teeth. Let me tell you if y'all are brushing well, if there's cavities or not, and we're gonna go on about our day.
Yeah.
So it doesn't seem like the dentist does a lot.
But they do.
And the only thing that I've ever had the dentist do for me outside of talk about brushing and flossing is when I got my cavities filled.
Man, I had the braces that you had to put the rubber bands on, and like it was crazy too. Like I remember going to get my teeth tightened, and
Mm-hmm.
I realized my gap was gone. I
Mm-hmm.
was like, "Oh snap!" Man, that gap was gone. I was like, "Yeah, I can't stop smiling."
And it's like we need to know that you need to search through a database to find,
Right?
was this lady accepting insurance?
I probably
And
not.
if she was, how? If
Hmm.
she wasn't a dentist?
I don't know, because I would feel like I could trust.
Because don't you need an NP? You need an NPI number.
I would feel like I can trust the insurance website that says she's in network. Because
Yeah.
if you have insurance, there's no reason for me not to go to somewhere that's in network.
That's how I found your eye doctor this
Yeah.
time around. Because ours didn't have any vacancies.
I
But that's how I usually, with the exception of the doctor that you're going to now, and that's because it was a referral from my cousin.
mhm,
I always start at the insurance website,
mhm,
filter down for what I need, and then go from there, with the exception of specialist referrals
mhm.
for Lily.
Yeah.
And that's because I'm lost in pediatrics.
Mm. Um.
Because don't nobody service kids apparently, except for Children's Healthcare of Atlanta.
The last thing I want to talk about is Trader Truth's daughter was he has her
Mm-hmm.
update.
Mm-hmm. We
Uh,
did talk about that,
yeah,
didn't we?
yeah, we talked about her missing a few. Like she been missing since August. She was with her mom,
Mm-hmm.
but he has custody of her, and she was supposed to be gone for the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And so he just got her back because I think the mom got arrested or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And now she's back with him, safe and sound. So that's good.
Yeah. Started out his new year with his baby.
Yeah. So that's positive. It's a positive way to end the show.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we put out a video this week. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out. It's a deep dive on married at first sight couples so far.
Mm-hmm.
I think we did pretty good at that. If I want to toot my own horn. Also, man, we got a new camera, man. We've been playing around with this DJI Osmo Pocket 3.
Mm-hmm.
This thing is nice, man.
Yeah.
If you guys are into vlogging or anything like that, go check that.
Apparently we not, but
Yeah, we was just like we need to vlog more, and that's easier to do than having our phone or carrying around a big camera. So we got that little. It's small too, so check that out. I'm gonna put the video up of us really just walking around with it sometime this coming week. So
yeah. Lily had fun
yeah,
vlogging.
yeah. But anyway, guys, we finna get out of here because we got some stuff to do today.
Mm-hmm. You tell everybody bye bye.
Bye bye.
Say see
Okay.
you later.
But with that being said, guys, like, share, subscribe, comment, all those good things. Hit the notification bell. Let us know. We love you guys for hanging out with us today, and we are out. We'll
Bye,
see you
y'all.
guys later. Peace.